Are you trapped on a financial treadmill, running faster and faster but getting absolutely nowhere? You've been told your whole life that the goal is to make more money, right? But what if chasing dollars is the very thing that's keeping...
All right, let's just get right into it. You've been told your whole life that the goal is to make more money, right? But what if I told you that chasing money is the very thing that's keeping you stuck? What if the real secret to wealth isn't about chasing dollars, but about creating something way more powerful? I mean, does this sound familiar? You're working longer hours, you're taking on more and more responsibility, climbing that corporate ladder, but it just feels like a treadmill. You're running as fast as you can, but you're not actually getting anywhere. It feels like a trap because, well, it was kind of designed to be one. You know, this quote, it just cuts right to the core of the problem. Think about it. When you need a new car, you go look for a car. When you need a job, you look for a job. So why, for everything else in life, do we automatically just ask for money? It's a habit. It's a program that's been running in our heads for years. Look, the problem isn't you. It's not your fault. It's the software, the mental programming that's been installed in all of us. And this software, it dictates how we think about work, about our own value, about money itself. And it is long overdue for an update. Here's the hard truth. Our modern education system, it was never built to make you wealthy. It was designed back in the industrial age for one main reason, to turn people from farms into really efficient, obedient factory workers. The whole point was to create labor, not to create millionaires. So to really get how we ended up here, we gotta take a quick trip back in time. We're gonna look at how we've traded value throughout history, and you'll see the exact point where we started to forget what we're actually worth. Since the very beginning of humanity, our true currency has always been the same two things, our energy and our skill. Back in the hunting age, that energy and skill went into tracking animals. In the agrarian age, same energy, same skill, just pointed at farming. Then the industrial age comes along and it's pointed at factories. The currency itself never, ever changed, only the target. Now, as things got more complex, just trading stuff, bartering, it started to fall apart. You had what's called a value differential. We couldn't agree that my tomatoes were worth your corn. And then you had the need differential. Hey, you've got yams, which is great, but what I really need is plantains. It was messy, it was inefficient, and that chaos led to the invention of a substitute for value, money. And this is where we get to the great deception. The very system that was created to solve that barter problem, well, it ended up becoming a trap itself. What you think of as money, as a salary, has a secret history that most people have no idea about. So to understand this whole thing, you have to know what a promissory note is. It's not actually money. It's a promise for money. In fact, old British pound notes used to literally say, "I promise to pay the bearer on demand." That tiny difference between the real thing and the promise of the thing, that is the key to everything. See, in the beginning, that piece of paper in your pocket was really just a claim check. People would drop off their heavy, real gold at a bank, and in return, they got these convenient paper notes. You could trade the paper, and it was valuable only because you could go back to the bank and get your actual gold. It is basically a check, just like from your checkbook today. But then, the big switch happened. Around 1971, a huge decision was made. Since everybody was trusting the paper anyway, the people in charge figured, why not just get rid of the gold? They cut the cord. So the money we use today, what's called fiat money, it's not backed by anything real. It's a promise that's only backed by, well, more promises. This programming, it's baked right into the words we use every day. Just think about the strange echoes of the past in our modern world. There used to be a slave wager on a scale. Today, we have a salary scale in an office. There were field servants. Today, we have civil servants. The language itself reveals the underlying system. It's servitude, just dressed up for the 21st century. This is exactly why you have to flip the script in your head. When you see a vacancy sign for an accountant, that doesn't mean, please come and beg us for a job. It means, help. We are drowning, our books are a total mess, and we desperately need a solution. You are not the beggar in the situation. You're the one holding the solution. You have the value. So if the paper money is just an illusion, then what's actually real? Your true currency. The gold isn't sitting in some vault somewhere. The gold is inside you. Your real treasure is your talent, and your profit is your own potential.
Think of it this way. Planting corn on a field is pretty easy, right? You just scratch the surface of the dirt, throw in a seed, and you get some corn. It's a shallow effort for a temporary reward. But the real lasting value, the clean water, the crude oil, the gold, that's found when you're willing to dig deep. So many of us are just planting corn on the surface of our lives, totally clueless that there are these huge reserves of talent and skill buried just underneath.
All right, so here's some homework for you. It's a really simple exercise to start digging. First, grab a piece of paper and list 10 things you actually need. Maybe it's a new client, a better car, a down payment for a house. Then, right next to that, list 10 things you have that you can exchange for them. And don't just write money. I mean your time, your specific knowledge, your unique experience, your skills. You have a whole inventory of value you've probably forgotten about. So once you've done that inventory and you see all the gold you're sitting on, the final step is to actually unlock it. This is how you take that internal asset and turn it into a real-world opportunity. At the end of the day, value isn't some abstract idea. Value is a connection. It's the bridge between what you have and what someone else needs. Your skill as an accountant solves their financial nightmare. Your marketing knowledge closes their gap in sales. Your time gives them the leverage they don't have. Money is just the car that drives across that bridge. The real magic is the connection itself. So if this explainer helped you see your own inner gold a little bit more clearly, do me a favor and share it with someone you know who's still stuck chasing paper instead of creating value. And of course, follow us for more explainers just like this, designed to unlock your true potential. You know, discovering your value is step 1, but connecting it to the world is step 2. If you're ready to start building that bridge from your skills to the people who need them, there's a really practical tool that can help. Go explore Avalinks. It's a free global business directory that's made specifically for making these kinds of connections, linking your value with businesses, partners, and services that need you. Just visit avalinks.app and put your